Six of Swords reversed. When the Six of Swords reversed appears, you may be ready to speak out about things you feel strongly about. However, communication in general can be difficult now. Think before you speak. Make sure important information on your computer is backed up very well now. Generally the reversed Six of Swords shows that you may well make some new discoveries and decisions, and you may have some important information that you wish to share. However, the way in which you communicate is at least as important as what it is that you have to say. Think carefully about what you need to get across. Work. This is an energy under which simple mistakes can cause major problems at work. Be especially careful with important documents and correspondence. Make sure your work is backed up and carefully stored. If you are looking for work, you may feel as though you are on your own, in your quest. That's not such a bad thing. Allow yourself to look for work in places no one else might suggest or consider. Love. In the context of love, the Six of Swords reversed can show that you are about to confront some necessary issues in order for your relationship to move forward. This does not have to involve fights or arguments, if you communicate calmly and well. This is not a time to hold things in, however. Again, think before you start spouting things off. You could cause enormous damage if you are not thoughtful about how you speak your piece. Finances. This card can indicate that you're feeling a bit at a loss when it comes to finances. You may not feel that you have enough money to meet your needs, and you may not know where to begin in order to get these needs met. Don't be too proud to reach out and ask around, if you need to make more money. This is not a time to make risky investments. Watch where you put your trust. Health. With the reversed Six of Swords, something in your life may be out of balance, and this can be causing health challenges. Give some thought to where this imbalance may lie. Are you eating too much? Not enough? Not getting enough exercise? Correct the imbalance and you'll find yourself feeling better, perhaps more so than you have for years. Spirituality. You may feel overwhelmed spiritually when the Six of Swords appears. Everything and nothing may seem to make sense to you spiritually, all at the same time. The answer to this is to relax and empty your mind, rather than trying to grasp onto one answer. In time, you will realize the direction that you need to go. For now, give yourself some peace. Everything that grows does so in stages, not all at once. Tarot history. The history of the tarot is shrouded in mystery. Very little in the way of concrete information is known about its origin, although many things have been written about it. We will probably never know the truth, as fact and fiction seem to be irrevocably mixed nowadays. The tarot originated in northern Italy in the early 15th century, sometime between 1420 to 1440. Despite the fact that it is often attributed to originating from China, Egypt, India, or Morocco, to name just a few, there is absolutely no evidence that this is the case. Nor, as is often quoted, is there any evidence whatsoever that the tarot was brought to Europe by the Romanis. The name tarot is often attributed to being Egyptian, Hebrew, or Latin. This is not the case. The earliest names are all Italian in origin. The cards were originally called carte de triomphe. Around 1530 the word tarocchi began to be used to differentiate them from a new game of triumphs that was in vogue at the time. The etymology of this new word is unknown. The German variant was known as tarot and the French tarot. The symbolism for the tarot is drawn from the culture of medieval and Renaissance Europe. The tarot subjects are distinctive to European Christendom. The symbolism does not come from Egypt or any of the other exotic locales often mentioned. It is often stated that modern-day playing cards evolved from the tarot. This is not the case. Modern-day playing cards came to Europe courtesy of Islam. They were an adaptation of the Islamic Mamluk cards. They appeared quite suddenly in many different European cities between 1375 and 1378. These early cards had suits of cups, swords, coins, and polo sticks, and courts consisting of a king and two male underlings. The tarot adds the Fool, the trumps, and a set of queens to this system. Sometime before 1480, the French introduced cards with the now familiar suits of hearts, clubs, spades, and diamonds. The Joker is not original to either the early form of modern-day cards, or to the tarot, but instead originated in the USA around 1857 and was used as a wild card in poker as well as the highest trump in euchre. It is also often stated that the Catholic and Protestant churches outlawed the tarot and all who used it in an effort to stamp out so-called heretical teachings. This is not the case. The Inquisition documented what the Church considered as evidence of heresy in great detail. The tarot was not even mentioned. After the Reformation, less controversial images for the Pope and Papess were substituted by card makers as the Church had objected to the original images. It is often said that the tarot was not used as a divination tool prior to 1781. The tarot was used as early as the 16th century to compose poems describing personality characteristics. There is historical evidence that in one case at least these verses were presented as relating to the person's fate. In other words, divination. Divinatory meanings were assigned to the tarot in Bologna in the early 1700s, and this is the first unambiguous evidence of tarot divination. Ordinary playing cards were connected with divination as early as 1487. It is not unreasonable to think that the tarot was also. The tarot has often been attributed with being a pillar of Western esoterica occultism. This is certainly not the case. The first occult writers to discuss the tarot were Court de Gabellin and the Comte de Melot in 1781. The tarot was not mentioned in any occult work for the first 350 years of its existence. The terms Major Arcana, Minor Arcana, High Priestess, and Hierophant are anachronistic when referring to the older tarot decks. The historically appropriate terms are the Trumps and the Fool, the suit cards, Papess or Popess, and Pope. Likewise, pentacles and wands are relatively recent substitutions for the traditional suit names of coins and staves or batons. The original Italian titles of the cards were in some cases different from the later French titles that have become familiar to us through the Tarot de Marseille and its descendants. Also, the ordering of the trumps varied considerably in Italy where the cards originated. It is not known which ordering is the earliest one. Even the number of cards in the deck varied a great deal. So care should be used in making statements about the original meaning of the cards based on the familiar titles and ordering. Many believe that the Waite-Smith Tarot is the original, standard, or most authentic tarot deck in existence. This is absolutely untrue. The Waite-Smith/Rider-Waite deck was created in 1909, not even 100 years ago, making it a relative newcomer in the almost 600-year history of the tarot. There is actually no definitive version of the tarot.